Come have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 22nd February 2025. February 22nd is celebrated as World Thinking Day, National Cook with Sweet Potato Day, and Saudi Founding Day. Let's have a brief look into World Thinking Day. Celebrated by Girl Scouts and Girl Scouts around the world, a day to think about the global impact of scouting and guiding and to promote the friendship. A day to study and appreciate other countries and cultures. A day to increase awareness and sensitivity on global concerns. Now, from starting the newspaper analysis with the world news, including AP sues Trump aides for restricting access over Gulf of Mexico name. Cash Patel is sworn in as a new FBI director, calls it greatest honor. Trump criticizes Starmer and Macron over Ukraine war. United States Secretary of State slams Zelensky for hustling United States by rejecting mineral steel. Seen Dede Akham's liar, quite a sex trafficking case, cites sufficient reasons. You can't take over a country and try to taking dig as Trump as Canada reveals in hockey with against the United States. Now starting with the Hindu newspaper, Trump fires chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General C.Q. Brown. Trump has abruptly fired off Air Force General C.Q. Brown Jr. as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The ouster of Mr. Brown, only the second black general to serve as a chairman, is sure to send a shockwave for the Pentagon. President Donald Trump abruptly fired Air Force General C.Q. Brown Jr. as a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on Friday, February 21, 2025, sidelining a history-making fighter pilot and respected officer as a part of the campaign to rid the military of leaders who supported diversity and equity in the ranks. The ouster of Mr. Brown, only the second black general to serve as a chairman, is sure to send shockwaves through the Pentagon. His 16 months in the job had been consumed with the war in Ukraine and the expanded conflict in the West Asia. Thousands of supporters of Hezbollah's slain leader Nasrullah fly into the Beirut for his funeral. People drive past a billboard with a picture of the late Lebanon's Hezbollah leader Sayyid Hassan Nasrullah displayed on a Beirut airport highway, Lebanon, Friday, February 21, 2025. Nasrallah was killed on September 27 when Israel's Air Force dropped more than 80 bombs on Hezbollah's main operations room in the southern Beirut. It was the biggest and most consequential of Israel's targeted killings in the years. Nearly 5 months after he was killed in an Israeli airstrike, thousands of supporters of the long-time leader of the Lebanon's militant Hezbollah group have flown into the Beirut for Hassan Nasrallah's funeral on the Sunday. Nasrallah was killed on September 27 when Israel's Air Force dropped more than 80 bombs on Hezbollah's main operations room in the southern Beirut. It was the biggest and most consequential of the Israelis' targeted killings in years. The death of the Nasrallah, one of the Iran's packaged shitty groups of founder and Hezbollah's leader of more than 30 years, was a huge blow to the group he had transformed into a potent force in the Middle East. Hezbollah, which was the United States and some of its allies has designated a terrorist organization, has suffered a significant loss in the latest war with Israel, including the killing of several of its most senior military and political figures. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, today Jai Shankar Wang Yi discussed steps to normalize ties, resume Kailash pilgrimage. External Affairs as Minister Jai Shankar met with the Chinese counterpart Wang Yi in Johannesburg on Friday. New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi on Friday discussed ways to further normalize bilateral ties, such as resumption of the Kailash Mansarovar pilgrimage and direct flights in the wake of understanding last year to end the face-off on the line of actual control. The two foreign ministers met on the margins of the G20 foreign ministers meeting in Johannesburg, South Africa, the latest in a string of meetings between the top leaders of India and China since the two sides agreed on October 21 to disengage frontline forces at the two friction points of Denmark, Demchok and Depsang in Ladakh sector of the line of actual control. Jaishankar and Wang reviewed developments in our bilateral relationships since the last meeting in November month. The External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Radhir Jaiswal said. Among the issues that figured during the meeting that lasted for around 30 minutes were management of the peace and tranquility in the border area, the resumption of the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, trans-border rivers, flight connectivity, and the travel facilitation, Jaiswal said. The two leaders also exchanged views on the G20 and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO), he added. The G20 Group is an international forum established in 1999 for the finance ministers and central bank governors to discuss financial and economic issues. Made up of 19 countries and the European Union, representing 85% of the global GDP, 75% of the global trade, and roughly two-thirds of the world's population. The G20 is a key forum for international economic cooperation, shaping the global governance and architecture of major economic issues. And the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an international organization that was founded in 2001 by China, Russia, and several Central Asian countries. The SCO's purpose is to promote cooperation and peace among its members, whose objectives are to strengthen relations between member states, promote cooperation in economies and trade, science, technology, culture, and education, protect regional security, peace, and stability to create a democratic, equitable international political and economic order, fight terrorism, radicalism, separatism, organized crime, and illegal migration. Whose member states are China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India, Pakistan, and Iran. 2030 Commonwealth Games on India's radar. New Delhi, India is interested in hosting the 2030 Commonwealth Games and is planning to send a letter of intent to the Commonwealth Games Federation (CGF), according to the top official in the Sports Ministry. The 2022 Commonwealth Games was held in Birmingham. It has also spoken to CGF to see if it can organize the 10 sports that has been removed from the 2026 Glasgow Commonwealth Games program. Most of these sports are wrestling, shooting, table tennis, badminton, squash, archery, hockey, T20 cricket, and major medal winning disciplines for India. It has been learned that Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia spoke to Commonwealth Games Federation President Cherish Jenkins during his recent visit to India regarding this. India is interested in hosting the 2030 CWGF. Formal proposal will be sent in March month. India has also said it is already to hold the competitions in the 10 sports that have been left out from Glasgow 2026 into India. All these sports add to India's medical medal count, and we don't want to lose out on that, the Sports Ministry officials said. Uttarakhand Forest Funds banned on iPhones, Controller and Editorial General of India. The Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority helps manage funds collected from the developers who convert forest land into the non-forest users. Dehradun funds made for compensatory afforestation in the Uttarakhand were diverted to buying iPhones, kitchen appliances, building renovation, even fighting court cases. The Comptroller and Editorial General CAG has reported in its report. The CAG for the year ended 31st March 2022 covers the period 2019-2022 on the functioning of compensatory for afforestation fund management and the planning authority CAMPA in the Uttarakhand and was submitted in the State Assembly on Thursday. CAMPA comes under the Union Environment, Forest and Climate Change Ministry. The report pointed out that at the divisional level, rupees 13.86 crore were diverted, expended on inadmissible activities. This included renovation for forest department building and purchase of iPhone and computers. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, in 3 years to financial year 2022, losses of the state road transport units increased by 68%, more to report. In 3 years till financial year 2022, losses of the state road transport units increased by 68%, reveals more report. The financial condition of the state road transport undertaking SRTUs across the country is getting worse, with the year-on-year losses to over 30,000 crore in the financial year 2022 aimed at a general decline in fleet utilization and rising fuel costs, according to the latest government estimates. The annual report 2024-2025 of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway shows that the financial year 2022, the net loss for 58 SRTUs had surged to rupees 30,191.93 crore. with more states progressively resorting to transport-linked election freebies, including Delhi, Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, providing free bus rides to women. These are losses could increase unless such issues are totally compensated by the state government subsidies or through the upfront budgetary support. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highway annual report 2024-2025 shows that in the financial year 2022, the period when the bus service gained momentum after the COVID-19 pandemic, the net loss for 58 SRTUs surged to rupees 30,191.93 crore, based on the latest provisional data, marking a 68% increase in losses in 3 years. Food inflation outlook pressures likely to witness significant easing. Reserve Bank of India governor in the January, the consumer price index (CPI) of inflation fell to a 5-month low of 4.31% from 5.22% in the December. In the January month, the consumer price index (CPI) of inflation fell to a 5-month low of 4.31% from 5.22% in the December month. India's composite flash PMI rises for the first time after 3 quarters. Rapid restocking around the world continues to lift India's new crude export orders, and recent currency depreciation may prove to be another shot in the arm for the fast-growing services export sector, the HSBC report says. Rapid restocking around the world continues to lift new export orders, which goes at an elevated pace of manufacturers. Now going to science and tech, we have the Chinese researchers find a pet virus enters human cells via same pathway as COVID. A newly discovered pet coronavirus use the same cell surface protein to gain entry into the human cells as the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes the COVID-19, raising the possibility that it could someday spread to humans, Chinese researchers have reported. The virus does not enter the human cells as readily as SARS-CoV-2 does, the Chinese researchers reported in the journal Cell, noting as some of its limitations. A newly discovered pet coronavirus uses the same cell surface protein now to gain entry into the human cells as SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19, raising the possibility that it could someday spread into humans. Chinese researchers have reported the virus does not enter human cells as readily as SARS-CoV-2 does, the Chinese researchers reported in the journal Cell, noting some of its limitations. Government to auction more critical mineral mines by 2031. Villagers show lithium stones in the Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir in 2023. According to the FICCI Deloitte report, India lacks the technological capacity to extract lithium from such geological formations. Union Minister seeks increased private sector participation in the mineral exploration and extraction following the cabinet approval for rupees 16,300 crore National Critical Mineral Mission (NCMM) in January month. The government plans to auction more mines by 2031. Union Minister of the State for Mines and Minerals Satish Chandra Dubey said in New Delhi on a Friday, February 21, 2025, speaking at a meeting organized by the Federation of the Indian Chambers of the Commerce and Industry (FICCI). He said the government had already auctioned 24 critical mineral blocks domestically. We aim to auction as many critical mineral blocks as possible by 2031, he said. He underlined that the public-private partnership were critical in achieving these objectives. We must work as complementary partners and as a team to build a self-reliant India. He stated urging increased private sector involvement in the mineral exploration and extraction activities. The NCMM envisages